All right. Awesome. So today, Julie's with me. We're going to talk a little bit about using essential oils for romantic purposes. Since Valentine's Day is coming up, I want you guys to be prepared. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about things we can diffuse to bring on the mood and oils we can put on to kind of help, get our bodies ready to just be intimate and, enjoy ourselves for Valentine's Day and the future. So let's go ahead and talk about a couple of the oils that emotionally are very much connected to intimacy. So actually there are quite a few. I brought a whole bunch down, so I'll start with sandalwood and ylang ylang, because those oils are, can't really see. Sandalwood is a really great aphrodisiac, as well as ylang ylang. And how you use them is ylang ylang is a little bit more feminine, like it helps a lot more with that feminine connection. Ylang ylang is a sedative oil and an aphrodisiac, so a double whammy. It helps your body just calm down. It forces your body to calm down. It forces your heart rate to slow down. It forces your mind to kind of settle down. It forces your body to relax. So it's perfect when you want to be there and connect intimately that way. Sandalwood kind of does the exact same thing for men. Depending on how much yin and yang you and your spouse have, you might just think you like sandalwood a little bit better. He might think he likes ylang ylang a little bit better. But something I will do is, if I want to bring on the mood, is I will put sandalwood or ylang ylang on my husband and use that to kind of let him know, now's the time to start getting in the mood. So a lot of times he doesn't even know I'm doing it until later on I compliment him on how wonderful he smells and if he's ready to have a good time. And he'll say, "Oh, you must have done that to me." Yeah, I have been feeling a little bit like getting there. So that's kind of those two oils. So if you want to make sure you have those in your arsenal, or if you have those, talk a little bit about, you can put them on your ear, just a drop on each ear, maybe some a little bit over your heart. Ylang ylang is particularly good for the heart. Sandalwood, you can put them anywhere, but making sure you smell them is a good idea. So even just putting them in a diffuser, just a few drops, and you can put them together in a diffuser. I think they smell really great together. So those are a couple there. There's also a blend if you are a woman and you are hormonally a little bit imbalanced and you feel like that may contribute to your inability to really get in the mood. There's a blend of terracells called Clary Calm. And emotionally, it's specifically for intimacy. So not necessarily always lovemaking. Sometimes it's just the need to really connect at a deep level. Yeah, and balancing the hormones.
I go through like a roller
of Clary Calm.
Everything. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that comment. So a couple others I want to talk about. I know I've pointed out in the Emotions and Essential Oil book before, each essential oil has an emotional purpose that the plant brings into the world, and it's kind of given a title. Jasmine, if you have this one, jasmine is the oil of sexual purity, so it keeps you just kind of thinking purely and, good feelings about lovemaking and that type of thing, and about yourself. Cinnamon bark is the oil of sexual harmony, and if you smell it, I love the smell of it. It smells so good. It's that cinnamon, kind of that little spice. It kind of adds that little spice to the mix. So you add it to your diffuser blend. We're going to be talking a little bit about a lubricant in a minute. So anyway, just keep that in mind. So those are some that I like to use. So if you have any of those on hand, great. We're going to talk a little bit about maybe some more common oils now. Serenity is a lavender-based essential oil blend that has ylang ylang in it, as well as I'm pretty sure it has cinnamon. It has Roman chamomile. It has vetiver, sandalwood, all oils that just kind of relax your body. So if you don't have ylang ylang, but you do have serenity, not a bad option for that. Great one to diffuse or put on the ears, kind of get in the mood.
Great for moms with little kids who like to knock on the door.
Yes. Yeah, good for them too. And good for mom and her patients. Lavender is the oil of communication. And when we are being intimate with somebody or, you know, that, or even with ourselves, we want to feel understood. We want to feel listened to. And so lavender helps us feel emotionally like we're being listened to, we're being understood, that we are able to express ourselves accurately. So that's why I put lavender. Like you know, again, you can put it on the ears, you can diffuse it, and that way. Or you could put, you know, okay, so you could put any of the ones I've mentioned in a bath, except for cinnamon. Cinnamon's a little bit too hot for that. But any of the ones I've mentioned, if you want to do a kind of a little bath, you can put just some bath salts, maybe a cup of Epsom salt, and, you know, 5 to 10 drops of essential oils. You can mix and match. In fact, one thing I do with old bottles, you know, old bottles that are empty, is I'll take that bottle and I'll just fill up my own blend and try blends and see what I like, and then just use that and dump that in the bathtub too. So that's an idea as well. I'm going to talk a little bit about citruses now. A common citrus, wild orange. Wild orange is great for the heart. So when it comes to, you know, kind of keeping your heart open, it kind of puts you in the spirit of, you know, abundance, that there's enough to go around, that there's plenty of time, you know, which kind of helps when you're getting in the mood. Then citrus bliss is an oil of creativity. So if you want to get creative and, you know, let those creative juices going, you can diffuse that, you know, during or before or after intimate times. Bergamot is for a few people I've run into, bergamot, they've told me, has helped with just that feeling of self-love. So if you are a person that doesn't think that you are attractive or whatever, bergamot is maybe your go-to, as well as elevation. Elevation is a great one for making you just feel alive and, you know, all that. All right, so now I'm going to turn the time over to Julie for a couple minutes to talk about a lubricant blend.
Oh, all these.
That's kind of part of it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so basically, I got on the internet and I like to make stuff. So, I came up with this idea after I had my daughter. We needed to start using lubricant just because of having a baby. So I decided to make my own because we were using this KY stuff and it really wasn't doing the job. So I got some fractionated coconut oil from doTERRA and I just took the cap off of it. And then I looked online and I looked in my Modern Essentials book and I got stuff that some to balance hormones and to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that to make a lubricant / massage oil, and we love it and we will never go back to using anything else. I put some melaleuca in it just because it's really good for clearing up any like yeast situations going on down there. It really helps. I haven't had any issues with it. And that's kind of great if you deal with yeast. Clary sage is in my blend, and it helps to balance hormones and get you in the mood,
especially for men.
Yeah, yeah. I put passion in it. I love putting passion on all the time, but this really, the emotion aspect of it, I really feels like it brings a little bit of passion. With our intimacy. Peppermint, I put peppermint in. It gives you like, don't put a ton of it, like don't dump a whole bottle of peppermint in. But I usually I think I started with like 5 to 10 drops, maybe 15 if you like it a little hotter.
And she's using an entire bottle.
A whole bottle of coconut oil there. So it's really diluted, but it gives you like a warming and like a little bit of a tingle sensation. And also if you like a warming, like a more of a burning instead of a tingle, there you can add a little bit of cinnamon, but I wouldn't add more than 10 drops of that because that's really hot.
Another thing about peppermint is, and so plug your ears if you're too young to hear this, but peppermint also helps to like with longer, stronger erections. So if that's something that you kind of, you know, deal with in your relationship, well, probably not you, it's probably your spouse or, you know, whatnot, then you can add some peppermint. So we like it. We like putting peppermint in ours. Not that we had any issues before, right? But we love it. So.
And this is the Whisper is the last one, and I really like this because it helps like with your hormones. It's a really nice aphrodisiac. A lot of people don't know, like they see it and they're like, I don't know what this is for. Well, it's for women. Like just use it all the time. It's like my favorite. It's one of my favorite.
It's got
like,
cocoa and vanilla.
Yeah, it has jasmine. It has cinnamon. It has vetiver. It has sandalwood. It has cocoa. It has rose. So if you need rose, it has bergamot, lang lang, patchouli. Basically, like everything you could ever want in this little bottle. So if you do not have it, you need it. It's like so underrated.
No kidding.
But it's amazing. So
and
I highly recommend this.
Delicious.
It's like all over my fingers right now. So
yeah.
But
you can use that for anything.
Yeah.
Really, you know.
But I basically put in what my husband and I reacted to. So if it smelled good, I put it in our lubricant. And there's some things you probably don't want to put in there, but I probably would stay away from the citruses a little, like just straight up citruses, just because that might be a little weird. But you could probably put like lavender in there and clary calm if you wanted, and cinnamon and jasmine, and it would be fine. So
yeah. And just an overview about how many drops per essential oil would you put in like a whole bottle of this?
10 drops of each in a bottle.
Okay,
so that's what I did.
Okay.
And it then you get like, and then you shake it up, and you can use it as a massage oil too if you don't feel comfortable using it as a lubricant. If you are going to use it as a lubricant, it's not safe for condoms. So if you're using condoms, you might want to switch to an alternative form of birth control, or maybe you're trying to have a baby and then who cares. But it's really nice for massage oil too, and I use it all the time. We actually have 2 bottles in the house now, so yeah, there's one for upstairs and one for downstairs.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just want to say one more thing about the fractionated coconut oil. It's certified pure therapeutic grade, which means it's beyond organic quality. So when I was using something else that definitely wasn't natural or anything like that, I kind of read about it and issues that it can cause in the, you know, the hormones and everything like that. And so when I learned about fractionated coconut oil, and, you know, I was just blown away that fractionated coconut oil really is probably the most all natural, the safest, just on its own, nothing added, would make an awesome lubricant. Mm-hmm. You just add a few essential oils to it to make it personal to you, and you're good to go. So I would never go back. Sometimes if I run out of this, I'll just melt some coconut oil. Not so it's too hot because I don't want to burn the essential oils, but melt it just barely, let it cool for a little bit, not enough to harden, and then put essential oils in it, mix it up, and then just let it harden. And I might use that too. But this, you know, you don't have to wait for it to melt. You don't have to worry about it being cold or anything like that. So yeah, I love that too. Anything else we want to add? I guess, you know, any of these you could, in a diffuser like this, you can put 3 to 5 drops. You can mix and match, you know, try it out, experiment, see what you like. If you're going to, you know, get in the mood, just pick an oil that you want to start with. And, you know, get some coconut oil, do a massage, put some in the bath. The only oils we've talked about that I wouldn't put in the bath, maybe passion and cinnamon. I wouldn't put in the bath.
Melaleuca, definitely, probably not. No.
So yeah, I mean, if you do, make sure. So if you put Melaleuca or any of the ones that are a little bit more tingly in the bath, make sure you also put some Epsom salt in, because Epsom salt will balance the oil to water ratio. So it's not going to bite you in the bath. So
burn you to death.
yeah, but safe bets are always, you know, lavender, serenity, ylang ylang, sandalwood. Those are great ones for the bath. So
Whisper might be okay too.
yeah. So anyway, if you have any questions, you're free to comment. Just ask it in a post. And thanks for listening. Have a happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you next time.